What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hope Shot. Hope you guys had a great weekend, all full of rest and relaxation and fun or whatever you like to do on your weekends. But man, I'm excited to hear this story tonight. I'm glad to be back on, and we got John on here so we can talk about our buddy. Our buddy. I'm going to read the clarity statement real quick. Give me 1 second. I am not ready like Caesar is. Let's see. Clarity. Yeah, I'm definitely not ready at all. Oh, I'm not. It's because I'm not spelling it right. There we go. Okay. The Hope Shot clarity statement. We here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common: recovery is a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. And thank you for being a part of our family. All right, man. If you guys just jumping on, say what's up. Let us know you're here. Say hi. Say something. Just give me something. Throw me a bone here. Say hi, John.
Hi. What's going on?
Hey. How was your weekend, John?
Short. Needs to be longer. Still trying to get another day in between Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. No weird stuff this weekend? No illegal activities?
No, not this weekend. Maybe next weekend.
Are you sure about that, John?
Pretty positive. I think so.
All right, that's good. What's up, Katie? Good to see you. Hey, family. As always, Kamaya says, hi, Uncle Justin. Hi, Kamaya. I love you. You better be good. Do stuff. Go to school. Be good.
Do all the right things.
Miss you too. We got Christina. What's up, Christina? Good to see you. So let's get right into our story. We got Tommy in the back room. You want to talk a little bit about Tommy there, John?
We ain't got enough time, bro.
Of a man named Brady.
No, I mean, listen, man. Tommy is like most of us. He struggled for a really, really long time, and I'm happy to say that it seems like right now, like he's on the up and up, right? Like, I've known Tommy now, God, 9 years, I think it is. And in that span of going in and out and in and out and the yo-yo game and put a little bit of time together, make poor choices, it seems like this time, it's different this time for him, it seems like he reached his bottom. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same with me. I've known him since I've been in recovery. He's everybody's little brother. Just throwing
absolutely
everybody's little brother, bro. He's got that way. I don't know what it is, but we're just gonna bring him on. Everybody's little brother. What's up, Tommy?
Little
bro. How are you, man?
I'm good. Really all good, right, man. Life is good.
That's good, man. Well, hit it off, man. Let us know how it was out there, man, and where you're at now.
All right. Yeah, my name's Tommy. I'm in recovery. Yeah, man, like was said in the little introduction, I did a lot of going in and out of 12-step fellowships and that type of deal, in and out of treatment centers, halfway houses, that whole deal, man. I grew up in South Jersey, right outside of Philadelphia. I'd say I probably had like a rough childhood. I don't think I realized it, most of it, because it was just like my childhood and I didn't really see much wrong with what was going on. I see it in like retrospect, and I don't know. I was born like premature and addicted to heroin. My father's a Peg and Motorcycle Club member and did a lot of time in prison, like most of his life, let alone my life. I got 7 siblings, and most of them struggle with like addiction, alcoholism, that whole deal. And I don't know. I had a brother overdose when I was young, and then my mom overdosed. And I really thought that this is the reason that I got loaded. All this stuff, like coming into treatment centers and 12-step fellowships and that type of thing. Like I really thought that my circumstances were why I got loaded. and probably all the way up until like I actually got sober. I would have told you that. And I really just needed to figure out like why, you know, like what underlying trauma is making me do this over and over again. And really, it was like relieving when I found out that I just do what I do because I'm a drug addict, you know, and more so than that, like I'm like I'm powerless over this stuff, and it has nothing to do with anything that happened to me in my childhood. For me, man, that's like my experience, and I found it to be a relief that I just like to get loaded because I like the way it makes me feel, and I like to get loaded because I hate the way that I feel when I'm sober. I get this like since I was a kid, I had this feeling that like I don't fit in, man, which is a strange thing because if you know me, like I kind of fit in pretty easily with most crowds, and I'm to other people seem like pretty likable or whatever. Like as you guys said, like I'm everybody's little brother. But I always felt like this disconnect from other people. I always felt like other people knew how to live life and I didn't. Like I must have missed that day in kindergarten when they gave us this roadmap for life. You know, like I have no idea how to like function on like a minimalistic level in this world. Is the type of head that I come into sobriety with, and the first time I got loaded, man, I was well, let me backtrack a bit. I said like I didn't know that my childhood was like any different than other people's for most of it, man. So when I was like 11, first I had some like sexual abuse happen, and that kind of shook my world up a little bit. And then another thing that happened was I came home from playing with my friends one day. And my brother was like, "You gotta pack your stuff. Mom lost the house," and I had no idea what was going on. Like I was completely taken back by this, and I move. I go and stay with my aunt, and she kind of drops everything on me that like your mom is addicted to drugs, your brother died from drugs, your father's in prison, that whole deal. And I had no idea about any of this stuff, and it kind of shook my world up a bit, man. And I already had all these feelings like inadequacy and these fear, just wrapped in fear all the time. And then you throw some like real world stuff on top of that, and like all these abandonment issues start flaring up and that type of deal. And I started acting out really bad, like just doing anything for like attention in school, like fighting a lot, class clown kind of thing. And I start going to like detention centers and in and out of foster care and that type of thing. And I remember being like 13 years old, and my sister was going to the Marines, and they were having this like going away party for her. And my cousin Albie, who has since passed due to like some mental health stuff, he took his own life. He brought a bottle of Jägermeister, man, and he was like just the coolest. He was the cool older cousin to me. You know what I mean? Like I wish that I could be as cool as this guy, you know? So me and him drink this bottle of Jägermeister, which is uh, my first experience with any type of alcohol or drugs. And I'll tell you that night, like I all that fear went away, that feeling that my skin doesn't fit, all that stuff. Like this cool older cousin all of a sudden was very blessed to have me around once I had some stuff in me. And I felt free, man. Like I could breathe for the first time. Like I was okay with being Tommy for the first time in my life. And I chased that. Like I chased that feeling, man, and anything that I could. And my stuff like progressed. Like I started smoking a lot of weed and doing. I was living for the weekend is really what it came down to, man. For a long time, like I would just live for the weekend to party with my friends, and then that kind of bled into us like deciding that we were just going to take the bus to school and then go to homeroom and then leave and go get drunk and high and get back on the bus and go home and do that every day. And towards the end of the school year, the principal like pulled me into the office and was like, "You haven't been to your science class all year long," and it was in May. And my teacher didn't even know that I was in her class until like late in the year. And they were kicking me out of school for that, and they were going to send me to a behavioral school, and the behavioral school didn't want to take me for whatever reason. And they sent me back to this public school, and now they have me pretty much like in one classroom all day, so I can't like get away from them, you know. And I decided that I'm just gonna stop going and I'm gonna like smoke weed and play video games, and that's gonna be my life, man. So I drop out of school at like 15 with like an 8th grade education, and I'm pretty set on that, man. Like I'm pretty set on like this being my life. I was pretty cool with it. Um, and you like fast forward a couple years, and my mom passes away, man, and I'm starting to get loaded on like harder stuff. And my mom passed away as like a direct result of this stuff, and I wanted to know like what could be so good that a woman would like throw her whole life away, not raise 8 kids, that whole thing that was going on in my head. I don't believe that today, man. I have like an understanding that she was a drug addict like me trying her best. Today is my understanding of what was going on, but at the time I couldn't understand why she was choosing this stuff over me, is what it felt like. So I wanted to try the stuff that she was doing, and I tried that stuff, man, and I fully understood like all my mom's struggles. Like I tried heroin for the first time, and I found the solution to life. Like I was gonna do whatever it took to continue to do this stuff. And I told you like to put some perspective on how much of an experience that was the first time. I told you that I dropped out of school to like play video games and stuff. Well, I was like top 15 in the world in Madden on Xbox. And the day I tried heroin, I pawned my Xbox because I was done with that and on to this stuff, because I had found this solution, man. It seemed to cure all my problems. And I chased that stuff, and I was homeless in like short order. And you know, I would get opportunities and burn them up again. Like I remember my sister would like felt bad that I was homeless and came and let me stay with her, and she got me a job. And what she was doing was she was saving, she was charging me rent, but she was saving all the money and going to give it to me when I moved out so I could get my own place. Well, I was just getting loaded the whole time and like not saving anything on my end, and I burnt that opportunity to the ground. Of course I did. And that's just the first of many. And now I wind up homeless again, which seemed to be like all the time for me, especially at the end. Um, and you know, I end up homeless like on the streets of Camden, New Jersey, and like Kensington and North Philadelphia. And to give people some perspective that might not know what those places are, like Kensington is the largest open air drug market in the United States. It is just a completely lawless, wide open, like shoot up in front of cops type deal. And I was out there for a while, man, from like 18 to 22. Like a majority of my life was spent like on those streets and waking up with $0 and having to figure it out because I'm gonna be dope sick. And I had this girl along for the ride with me, and we were just homeless together, like living in an alleyway. And it was a dark existence, man. And we, like I said, we would wake up with $0 and have to figure it out. Like, who are we gonna scam out of money? What store are we gonna steal from? That whole thing. And after a while, man, I had exhausted all resources. Like I had the jig was up. I had no like hustle left in me. And the last thing for me to do as a straight man was to like stand on street corners and sell my body. And coming into like this recovery deal, I don't think I was going to tell anybody that, you know. That was like my deepest, darkest secret. Like, what are these people going to think of me if I say that? And today I'm like, I'm free from that stuff. I know that that's not who I am today. And I can say that on a podcast with, I don't even know who's listening, you know, and not think twice about it. And that's a beautiful thing, and a direct result of like sobriety and this recovery process. But so that's what my life looked like from like 18 to 22, just real dark. And I was in the hospital. I had a real bad infection in my arm. Like I still have the scar. It's a pretty big scar. It was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. And I was laying in that alleyway, and I just couldn't take the pain anymore. And I signed myself into a hospital. And while I'm in that hospital, my brother that I hadn't talked to in a couple of years because of the way that I was living, like he had to distance himself from me, offered me to come down to Florida to get sober because he didn't want me to die like my mom and our brother Jimmy died. And you know, I'm a real deal drug addict. Like I had to think about this. Like I don't know. I'm leaving this wonderful life in this alleyway behind to go down to Florida to get sober. And but I said yes, man. I said yes, and he does. He brings me down here, and I don't know if this was the first time that I was very serious about getting sober and very desperate to get sober. I'm pretty sure that there have been times before that, but I don't move all the way. I've been in treatment centers, and I don't sign myself into a treatment center unless I'm getting serious, unless I'm serious about getting sober. But I definitely don't take a Greyhound from Philadelphia to Florida if I'm not serious about getting sober and desperate. My ass is whooped. I don't do that, man. I'm desperate to get sober, and I get down here, and he says the only condition on you staying with me is you go to these meetings. At the time, I didn't really know what the hell this dude was talking about, and I didn't even know how he knew what this stuff was, because he doesn't have what I have. Like, he's like the normal one. He's got a good job. Like, he makes like 6 figures and stuff. Like, he's definitely not like me in like the drug aspect. He kind of like, which is another thing that proves to me that it has nothing to do with my childhood, because he had the same one, arguably worse, and lives a good life and doesn't mess with any of that stuff, right? But here I am, and he lets me stay in his house, and he makes me go to these 12-step meetings, and I find out later that he knew about it because my mom had been sober for a few years in like these 12-step meetings before she passed away, and we relapsed and passed away. And so I go to these meetings, and I don't work their steps. I pick and choose like what I'm gonna do, because a lot of this shit doesn't apply to me. Kind of like doing heroin. Like, I wasn't gonna get addicted because the rules don't apply to me. Like, it's not gonna be like my mom and my brothers, and I'm different, that type of deal. Like, I'm special and unique kind of thing, and I don't work their steps, and that's like their whole deal, And I go in and out of there for like 6 years. I go in and out of these 12-step meetings, and I'm in and out of treatment centers and in and out of halfway houses, and just doing that whole deal. And I would string some time together, and then I would get loaded again, man. And I couldn't figure out why. Like, I really couldn't figure out why, because I had like an earnest desire to be sober. Like, I didn't want to continue to like burn my life to the ground and like get loaded and hurt everybody around me and hurt all the people that I love. And more importantly, I was really tired of the way that it made me feel to burn my life to the ground. Like, because I get like really suicidal when I do that stuff, and really hate myself. So I was really tired of doing that, and I couldn't seem to figure out how to pull off this sobriety thing, man. And I do that for a long time. And there was one time where I put together like a little bit of sobriety, and I have like a really good job. I have like this great girlfriend, and we have a place together, and all this stuff that I thought would fix me. It's like, that's like the holy trinity for new guys. It's like the job, the girlfriend, and the place. Those are the 3 things that are going to fix me. And it didn't, man. Like, I remember waking up one night, and I was like, this shit kind of sucks, man. Like, because the outside seemed to get better, right? But like, I progressively got worse on the inside. Like that's really what I found out in this like on this journey, is that like, you sober me up, and I get worse. Like, that's what happens for me. Like, my problem lies in sobriety. Like, my problem happens when you sober me up, and like that skin doesn't fit feeling comes back, and like, I need relief. Like, I need to put something in my body because I need relief. And I do that, man. And I had a little bit of time, like I said, and I decided that seemed like a conscious choice at the time. Really, now I know it to be like the inevitable. Yeah, I decided to get loaded again because I need relief. And if you would have told me, because I went into this like thinking I'm just gonna snort a half a bag of fentanyl, and nobody's even gonna know, like, no, it's not even gonna be a problem. For 3 years, I would lose that job. I would lose that place to live, because it felt like a conscious choice at the time that getting loaded was way more important than these bills. And I would watch that girl slowly lose hope in me and leave. I would have told you that you're out of your mind, because I don't see how I get from A to Z on that. Like, I don't see that once I put something in my body, I set this thing off, and I don't get to decide when I'm done. You could have there was no way you could have convinced me that that was what was going to happen. And that's exactly what happened. Like, I barely drew a sober breath for 3 years, like in and out of treatment centers, getting loaded in treatment centers, getting loaded in halfway houses, just could not get right, man. And I was pretty sure that I was just going to, do a half a bag and return to this 12-step fellowship a couple days later, and nothing was going to, everything was going to be all right. And nothing was I burnt my life to the ground, and then still kept going after that. And in this time, man, I get this girl pregnant, and now this was like the last like bit of hope that I had on something fixing me was this kid, because I was pretty sure that I wasn't gonna be like my parents, and I wasn't gonna put my kid through that, man. And if you would have asked me at any point in my life, what do I want? Like, I would have told you I want to be a father to a son and coach his baseball team or whatever. At any point in my life is what my answer would have been. So I was sure the whole pregnancy that I was going to be sober by the time this kid's born. And I go through the whole pregnancy thinking that I'm going to be sober by the time this kid's born. And I keep moving the goalposts, and it really looks like I'll just get sober tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, and it doesn't feel like a good day to get sober anymore. And I do this the whole pregnancy. I go the whole pregnancy like that. And then the water breaks, man. And now I'm like, oh, shit, I really got to get it together now. Like, this kid's here, man. And him being born is the most beautiful experience I've ever had in my life. Cutting the umbilical cord and all that, man. And I was so sure that I was not going to get loaded again. I fell asleep with him on my chest that night, and you could have hooked me to a lie detector test. I am not going to get loaded. I'm not going to do it again. And that firm resolution that I had that night lasted 8 hours, man, because I woke up with this head chewing on me, this head that tells me I'm a piece of shit and I'm not good enough, and you're not going to be a good dad anyway, and this kid's better off if you die, and all these lies that this thing tells me, and really just wrapped in self-centered fear. And it tells me to get loaded, man. And it not only does it do that, it tells me that I should rob my kid's mother and go on a run. And I did not want to do that, man. I went back and forth on that for a few hours, and I could not stop myself, man. I did not want to break that girl's heart. I did not want to abandon my son in the hospital. I did not want to get loaded and burn my life to the ground one more time, but I could not stop myself, man. And that story, it really depicts part of my powerlessness. And she begged me to come back to the hospital, and I do. I come back to the hospital, and sure that I'm not going to do that again. That was the worst thing I've ever done in my life, right? I'm definitely not going to ever do that again. I can't believe that she let me come back and forgives me for this. And I do the same exact thing the next day, man. The same thing. And this time, I don't come back to the hospital, man. I fly back to Philadelphia to be homeless, which is insanity, by the way. And it wasn't the first time that I had done this. We got on a flight from Florida to Philadelphia to go be homeless on the streets. And I really went out there with this. I was set on dying, man. I really was. I was set on not making it out of this run, because that kid was the last little piece of hope that I had on something fixing me. And it didn't. It did. It felt like it did for 8 hours. It felt like I was never going to do it again. And then I couldn't stop myself one more time. So I went out there to die. And, a few overdoses later, man, I can't tell you how many times that I've overdosed in my life. I could tell you that it's happened twice in the same day before. It's a crazy thing to say out loud, but it's my truth. And I'm out there, and I'm in and out of hospitals and overdosing and living at an animalistic level again on the streets up there. And I've really, really, really set on I just want to end this. I don't want to live like this anymore. And I'm at this place called Prevention Point. It's on Kensington Avenue. And I'm calling my brother, and I don't know if I was really trying to get a bus or if I was trying to scam him out of money. Probably trying to scam him out of money. But I'm telling him, I need to get back to Florida, man. I need to be there for my son. I need to get sober, all these things. And he tells me that like you got to wait a few days. The Greyhounds were like $400. He said you got to wait a few days. I got to talk to like the rest of the family and see what we can do. And I told him like I don't think I have a few days. Like I'm gonna die out here. And a guy that I've never talked to in my life that I talk to regularly now walked up to me and said, "If you're ready to kiss this Kensington shit goodbye, I'll buy you a Greyhound ticket right now." And I can't explain something like that happening. Like that stuff really doesn't happen. And I thought he was bluffing, to be honest with you. And I'm like, yeah, sure, man. And he put me on a bus back to Tampa. And again, desperate to get sober because I wouldn't have got on the bus if I wasn't trying to get sober. Desperate. And I get down here and there's some money on my debit card that I didn't know was there. And all of a sudden, I completely forgot about that whole getting sober thing. And I continued to run for like 9 more months down here. And, I couldn't tell you like what happened. I could tell you that I threw up a prayer for the first time in my life. And it's pretty much just kill me or get me sober because I can't keep living like this is what I said. And then I also I made a deal with God. I said, if you have somebody send me $30, I'll sign myself into detox tonight. And somebody sent me $30. And I don't think that's why I found recovery, but it did happen. So I have to say it like that. And, it was weird what transpired after that, right? Because my phone kind of stopped working. I had cracks in it like a homeless person's phone does. And it got water in it because it was raining. And I didn't know anybody's number. I didn't know my dealer's number. I knew John's number is what I knew. And probably from calling him from detox so many times on that phone on the detox wall, I knew John's number by heart. I still know John's number by heart. And I called John, and it was like midnight, and I'm all the way in like Holiday, and John lives. I'm not gonna say where John lives, but north, like 40 minutes north. And I say, man, I'm done. Like, I got to go to detox. And his wife told him, do not do that. Do not. Because we had been through this before, man. We were friends, and he sponsored me in a 12-step fellowship for a long time. And he had bailed me out of situations that I probably shouldn't have been bailed out of. And I fully understand why his wife did not want him to do that again. And I fully would have understood if John was like, no, fuck you, man. Figure it out. I would have fully understood that, but he did. He drove 40 minutes to come get me at 1 o'clock in the morning, and he picked me up from a Wawa, and he drove me to detox, and I talked his ear off in like a psychosis. I probably made no sense the entire time that I was talking to him because I was on some high-powered accelerants, and I just talked his ear off, and he just listened to me, man. And then he sent me into this detox, and I'm forever grateful for that night, man, because I don't know what I would have done if he didn't come and get me. I'm forever grateful for that guy. I don't know what made him get out of bed to come get my dumb ass that night. But I probably wouldn't be sober without it. So I go to this detox right now. I'm a frequent flyer at this detox. They do not want to let me in. This guy at the door is like, no, you're not coming in here. You abuse this system. And in my head, still today, I'm like, do you really think I want to be at this place, man? Like, I'm abusing this. Like, it didn't make sense to me, but I'm playing like every card in the book. Like, I'm saying like, I'm suicidal, man. And this guy's like, I don't care. And because I had just been in and out of this place. I was in this place like a week prior. So I fully understand why this guy was like, this joker, man, get him out of here. Like, don't give this guy a bed. He's taking it up from somebody that needs it. And I bartered with this guy for like 30 minutes. And he finally says, if you shake on the fact that you'll never come back to this detox again, I'll let you in. And I was like, all right, I'll do that. And I shook on the fact that I would never come back to this detox ever again. That is bad when the detox don't even want you, man. But the cool thing is I haven't been back to that detox other than like carry the message for the 12-step fellowship that I'm a member of, and I got the opportunity to thank that guy for like letting me in that night. and like thank the doctor for like seeing me over and over and over again. And it's a really cool experience, man. But I'll tell you what happened, or what I think my perception of what happened is that my prayer was answered in the form of a Marchman Act, because I think I was going to do the same thing that I always did. I was going to sign myself out of this detox center and go get loaded one more time. And I go to sign myself out, and the doctor says, no, you're a danger to yourself and society. We're putting you on a Marchman Act. And I thought that that was the most asinine thing I had ever heard in my entire life, that this lady said that I'm a danger to myself and society. Now I look back and I'm like, yeah, it checks out. I was a danger to myself for sure, and like definitely society for sure. That lady was right. And she really saved my life, because she made me sit, man. And what happened while I was in there, because I had no choice. Like this for me, like I have to be stopped is what I've come to terms with, man. For this thing to like be arrested for a little bit and for me to like clear up, and that's just my experience. And one of two things happens, man. I either run out of funds or freedom. And this time, like they took my freedom. They put me on a Marchman Act, and I had to sit in this detox, and I had to go to this rehab. And these guys with this 12-step fellowship come in, and they really sell me on the fact that they got loaded like I did. But more than anything, this guy, he sold me on how he felt when he was sober, because I had been feeling that way my whole life, and I didn't know how to put it into words. And I remember him saying the thing that stuck out to me the most from this thing that they brought in. He said that his family would badger him and say, "Well, like, why are you doing this to yourself? You're killing yourself. You're burning your life to the ground. Why do you keep doing this?" And he said, if they knew how I felt when I was sober, they would fully understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. And that made like all the sense in the world to me, man. Like it was like it almost felt like a relief. Like I felt like somebody had walked in the exact same shoes that I did. And like it was the first time that I had felt hope in a long time. And I asked this guy to sponsor me. I see it today, like God had his hands all over this, because the same guy that brought the meeting into the detox is the guy that brings the meetings into the rehab that I had to go to on this Marchman Act. And I remember I didn't ask him after the detox thing, because I was, I'm scared. It's like asking somebody on a date. And I see him at this rehab thing, and I go up to him and I say, "Hey man, I'm Tommy." And thinking he's not going to remember me, because I'm not like important. And he says, I know who you are, man. I've been looking forward to this conversation. And this, that meant the world to me, because nobody had looked forward to a conversation with me in quite a long time. I was inevitably, if you had a conversation with me, I was going to ask you for $20, and people were tired of that. So, it meant something to me, man. And that's when I asked this guy to like sponsor me and like take me through the deal that we're in. And I go through this treatment center, and I think that I don't know how much I got out of it. I know that I worked on like a lot of that trauma stuff, a lot of that mental health stuff, and I don't know that I don't know. I don't know what worked for me, what was different this time, man. I can tell you that I impulsively left that treatment center after about 4.5 months, and the Marchman Act had been lifted. And I called that guy that I asked to sponsor me the day that I got out of there. And what he told me is that you're bleeding out on the battlefield, and we gotta get through this work. We got to get you better. We got to get you helping other guys. And that made sense to me. And he said, you're a special case. And I don't know if he says that to everybody, but it seemed cool to me at the time. He said, you're a special case, and we're going to meet up twice a week to get through this work. And we do. He takes time out of his day to drive down to this. I'm in a homeless shelter, by the way, because I left rehab with nowhere to go. And I called Nate with the Hope Shot today. I got out, and they put me in this homeless shelter for 2 weeks, and then like if I stay sober, they'll fund me for sober living kind of deal. So this guy, and they helped me tremendously, man. They helped me. And he gave me $40 in cash the day that I got out of rehab, which was a wild thing. But he said, "I trust you. Don't get loaded." And that's another thing that meant something to me. And for some reason, I didn't get loaded. But and then I'm in this homeless shelter, and this guy's taking time out of his day to drive about a half an hour to come read this book and do this work with me. And I don't know, man. About first of all, he hammered the fact into that I'm completely fucked, that I'm gonna get loaded, whether I want to or not, regardless. And I'm gonna do that until I die. He really hammered that into my head, and told me that this is like the only option for like guys like us is to do what we're doing now. And he runs me through this work, and about halfway through, man, this like obsession to get loaded was lifted. And it was, I don't know, for a guy like me, that is like the greatest miracle in my life today, that I wake up and I don't think about jamming a needle in my arm. Like, I don't think about how I got to come up with $20 to get right for the day, to be able to function. Like, it's just not even a thought, man. Like, I think about this stuff when I like when I speak, or I do this kind of thing and I talk about it. But other than that, it's like it doesn't even like pop into my brain. And that is like the greatest miracle in my life. And it really was a direct result of this 12-step deal that we did. But another cool thing, man, is that I get to be a father to that kid that I abandoned in the hospital. You know, like he calls me daddy, and he tells me that he loves me, and it's like the coolest thing in the world. He's like a mini version of me. Well, I mean, he looks like me. I hope he's nothing like me, honestly. Hey, he looks a lot like me, though, and it's really cool seeing this little blue-eyed kid like look up to me and say like, "I love you, daddy." Like, I don't know when it'll get old, but it hasn't yet. Like this past weekend was Easter, man, and I got to watch this kid like show me all the stuff that I bought him for Easter, and it was a really cool experience, man. And like it's like moments like that where I get with this little boy, man, and I see like he looks up at me, and I see like the eyes of my God, you know. Like I find an immense amount of gratitude that like God didn't let me die when I wanted to, because I would have robbed myself of all this stuff, you know. And I wish that I could tell you like what was different, why I went in and out of this kind of deal for many years. I wish that I could like bottle it up and give it to people, because I don't know, I'd probably make a lot of money off of that if I could. But you know, I don't know. Like the only thing that I did was like do what the people that came before me suggested. Like I stopped trying to tell the help how to help me, and I really like bought into like this 12-step deal. Like I really bought into that. Like it's the only thing for a guy that'll keep a guy like me sober. And that's like my experience. I believe that there are other pathways for other people, and everybody's recovery looks a little different, but that's like what works for me, man. And like, I truly like, I live I really do like a life beyond my wildest dreams from when I got sober. Like if you would have asked me what I wanted out of sobriety, out of recovery, on that, like out front of that detox that night, I would have told you I just want the pain to stop, and that's it. You know, that's all I wanted out of this, was I just want the pain to stop, and I want to stop sticking a needle in my arm, and I want to stop hurting everybody around me, and I want to stop hurting myself. And this stuff has given me that and so much more. Like I have this like peace of mind today that like I wouldn't trade for the world, man. Like I just wake up and I'm like content most days, you know, when my feet are moving in this like recovery deal. Like I'm pretty content and happy. And you know, so a cool experience happened the other day. I went to speak at another thing, and the guy that was the guy that gets the speakers for that didn't know who I was. I was a suggestion from somebody else, and the guy said, "Oh, you know, Tommy, the kid that's always smiling." And I never thought in a million years that I'd be known as Tommy, the kid that's always smiling. You know, like I wanted to die, man. Like I was like very depressed, hated life, miserable, and like it's just not the case today, man. Like I'm pretty happy on most days, and like I don't know, man. I'm like extremely grateful, and I thank you guys for allowing me to do this.
Yo, Tommy, I'm just proud of you, dude. I'm glad you stuck it out. Yeah, you were on a path of destruction, you know, just like all of us. But you were a special case, bro. You're a special case. You wanted to die. You literally wanted to die. Like most people, when they just want to have fun, but you literally wanted to die. You wanted, and that's what you were on, and you were gonna make that happen. You know, so thank God that somebody saw fit for you to be saved, because there's a lot more people that are being saved because of it. So I'm proud of you, man. And, thanks for coming on here and sharing your story. And, John, you want to say some stuff?
Yeah, no, Tommy. I mean, listen, dude. Recovery saved you that night. It was not me. Because left to my devices, motherfucker, you're getting left there. You know what I mean? Like,
and alleys too. So,
I go back. I think about that night. And, I mean, honestly, because everything's working out, and you're doing well, and and I don't know, dude. Recovery kicked my ass that night because I was laying there and tossing and turning, and there was this part of me that couldn't go to sleep, and I said, I got to do it. I just told Ellie, I'm like, I got to go. She's like, don't do it. I'm like, I'm doing it. It is what it is. I'll figure it out. You know what I mean? And it played out, dude. You know what I mean? Like, we've known each other since you got down here, dude. What is it, 8 or 9 years now? This is about the most peaceful I've ever seen you. And just as your whole aura, even back, all the other times, you know what I mean? Like you never had this peace. So whatever you're doing, it's working. I love the fact that you go in and share at detoxes and give back, because I think that's probably the biggest thing that's different for you this time around is like your willingness to give to others, because I always found, at least for myself, that relieved a lot of my selfishness, wanting to be of service, right? Like I find myself more willing to want to serve others than receive anything from others, and that flipped the script for me. And I feel like you're experiencing that right now. And it just took you this time to get there, dude. I mean, there's no roadmap to this shit. We don't always get it on our first try, but you're doing it and it's awesome. I'm glad I get to see it. That's pretty much all I ever wanted from you was just get clean, dude, or whatever.
Get your shit together.
Yeah, get shit together. You know what I mean? Like, and you owe me nothing. You're paying me back right now, dude. And you're paying it forward to others.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good shit. And, it's funny, man, because when you left that treatment center, I was a little worried for you because I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't think you were gonna stick, man, because there's a track record. We have a track record of not completing things, and those things are important to complete, and it does something for our psyche when we do that, but giving you the opportunity to go into that homeless shelter, and then you stuck it out, and then you went into the freaking sober living, and now you're doing what you're doing now, which is freaking awesome, and the best part of it is you're back in your son's life. That dude's life is going to be better and saved. Like, I'm not saying that he might not turn into you, but he has a fucking huge chance of not. You know what I mean? It's like all of us, man. All of us that are parents, that are mothers, that are fathers, man, we're giving our kids a fighting chance to not go down that lifestyle. Because most of us, unfortunately, have been through that traumatic experience of not having a parent, or a parent that's on drugs, or just feeling that emptiness inside from something that's missing, that piece, you know what I mean? That piece of us that is missing. And most of the time that's a parent, that's a mom, that's a dad, because they're a part of us, and it's like, you just gave that piece back to that little dude that's going to be able to freaking have the opportunity of possibly never becoming an addict, as long as, he's get your shit together, but sorry, keeps his shit together. but it's true, man. And that's the juice, man. That's the success story, man, of giving back to our kids what we've never had. And that's how we fucking grow, man. So yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Well, I could read a few of these comments, man, and then we'll call it a night. But thanks for coming on here, Tommy. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. I love both of you guys a lot.
Love you too, Tommy.
Love you too, buddy.
Keep coming back. Russell, I got you. We're doing this. We're doing this. It says, we got Mimi says, thank you, Tommy, for sharing your story. What's your sobriety date?
My sobriety date is December 16th, 2023. It's the night John picked me up for detox.
And
No, you know what's wild about that? I don't know what it is with people in my life, but they're always tied to like my dad's birthday, or like Aiden and Nick share the same birthday. Like, dude, the 16th is my dad's birthday. It's a good day,
Right.
man. It's a good day.
we had another 16, but you fucking blew it, Tommy. We're supposed to be blood brothers. Well, recovery date brothers. This mom
He's
was super
blazing his
proud of-
own trail there.
What's that?
I said he's blazing his own trail there, Justin.
Yeah, I know. He didn't want that. I wanted it more than him. Whatever. This mom is super proud of you. You give me hope for my kids and my grandkids. God is so good. Yeah, Kelly says, "What's up? Sorry she's late. She was in the meditation. That was good. Got to hear about it tomorrow." James, good to see you, buddy. Oh, snap. It's been a while. Sunday, I missed it. It's all good. You can replay. That's what's the beauty of social media and videos. We got Kenzie. Let's see. James, there we go. Tommy, fly Eagles. Fly from a Browns fan.
Go
We do
Birds.
We do recover. Keep getting to work. Let's see who else we got. We got Rachel says, because God said so. Mr. Roy Lauren, love you, Tommy.
Love you, bro.
Rachel says, so freaking proud of you, Tommy.
Thanks.
Kay says, thanks for sharing. Oop. And hers is 9/15/23. Yeah, Mimi says December is a good month. Mine is 12/12/2020. That's a good date right there.
Yeah, that is a cool date.
Yeah, and in COVID, you and Rachel got clean in COVID times. That you guys had some fight in you. I'll tell you right now, getting clean in COVID times. Let's see. Kelly has 5/12/15. We got Mr. Roy Gray in the house. I'm gonna do it in my deep voice. Chris Kramer, my boy Tommy, good stuff, bud.
Thank you.
Eagles suck.
They say champions, bud.
Yeah, it's backwards. Nobody can read that. All right, man. Well, dude, great story, man. Thank you for coming on here tonight, man. I really appreciate you. More to come. And yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you. I love you, dude.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for being on here. Thank you, John, for coming on here and being my side chick, whatever. Side
piece.
church.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
you know,
That's
yeah,
nice.
you know.
You know me, dude.
Oh, I'm just throwing this out here, but it said he misspelled that one. It's supposed to be a J right there. I wish I could fix it for him, but whatever. It is what it is. He not know what he do. It is autocorrect fixed it. I get it, Roy. It's okay. I get it.
It's good.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for being here, and we love y'all, man. We'll see you in 2 weeks to do the Sunday Night Live, and we'll see you then. Peace.
See you.